Hello friends, hope you're having a glorious day. 2 years ago, today, September 20th, I started chemo for ovarian cancer, and coincidentally, September is Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month. I finally felt brave enough, I don't know if brave's the right word, but strong enough, brave enough to make this video. Decided it was about time since it's been 2 years since I started. It's not quite as raw. So first, I want to start out by saying I'm thankful that I've made it this far. The help and love from all of our friends and family. I was able to really focus on healing and my health mentally and physically, so I appreciate everything from everybody for that. Enough with all that sappiness, I guess, and now let's get on to business. So 19,000 women are diagnosed with ovarian cancer every year. Out of those 19,000, 13,000 will die. It's 1% of all new cancer cases, but 2.1% of all cancer deaths. It's a pretty high number. There is no early detection test or screening for ovarian cancer. There are some symptoms, but they can be kind of hard to notice, especially as we get older. I want y'all to listen up, because here's the part where I say the quiet parts out loud. It's not going to be comfortable, but y'all need to hear this. And we actually need to start talking about this kind of stuff more, so that more women are aware of what's going on. So if you have any of these, not all of these, if you have any of these, you need to see your doctor. So abnormal vaginal bleeding, especially after menopause or in between periods if you're still getting them, or any discharge that is not normal to you. Not all discharges are bad, but if they're not normal, then they are bad. If you have pain or pressure in your pelvic area, abdominal or back pain, bloating, changes in bathroom habits such as frequency or urgency. When I first realized I had symptoms, I found every excuse in the book for it to be everything but ovarian cancer. My first symptoms were when I rode my bike, I felt a pressure in my lower abdominal area. I just thought it was because I hadn't been riding my bike in like 2 years, and bad bike fits. So that kind of thing. I was like, well, it must be that. So I just stopped riding my bike because it was uncomfortable. Well, turns out it was an 8-centimeter tumor, although it wouldn't have been 8 centimeters when I was starting to feel that pressure, but it was still there. Also, frequent urination, because at the end it was pushing on my bladder. And, you know, even my 29-year-old son, who doesn't even live with us, was like, man, you're going to the bathroom a lot. But, you know, it is what it is. I found it, but I ignored the symptoms for probably too long. And I got really lucky in that aspect. So if you have any of these symptoms and they last more than 2 weeks, see a doctor. The first one, vaginal bleeding, see a doctor immediately. Also, push to see the doctor as soon as you can. I recommend an OBGYN because they're more equipped to do ultrasounds and things of that sort. Let them know if you have to. I had to cry on the phone to get to be seen by somebody, and then miraculously they were able to squeeze me in. So it's definitely, don't let them tell you, well, our next appointment's in 3 months, because those 3 months could be the difference between whether you have curable ovarian cancer or not. Partners of women, if you see any of these symptoms in your partner, make sure they go to the doctor. Push them to go to the doctor. Ovarian cancer can spread quickly. The weeks can be the difference between whether it's curable or not. My tumor, in a matter of almost 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks, grew from 8 centimeters to 11.5 centimeters. So fortunately it hadn't spread to anything else. So therefore it was in stage 2. But, you know, that's a significant growth in just a matter of 3 weeks. So the lifetime risk of ovarian cancer is 1 in 78. And it's most frequently in women age 55 to 64. But the 5-year survival rate of ovarian cancer is only 49.7%. And that's scary. I'm lucky mine was caught in stage 2, but I'm not technically out of the woods yet. There's a 70% reoccurrence between 18 and 24 months. We're right at 24 months, but some doctors go by when you had your surgery. Some guys go by when you started your chemo. Some guys go by when you finish chemo. So I started chemo 2 years ago today. I finished chemo on January 3rd. So kind of still right in that window. I go once a month for a blood test, the CA-125, to check for that. But every month I'm there at the doctor. The instances of reoccurrence in stage 1 is 1%, up to 10%. The instances of reoccurrence in stage 2, which is what I'm in, is at 30%. Stage 3, it goes 70 to 90%. So that's the difference. That's a big jump. And then stage 4 is 90 to 95% reoccurrence in the first 18 to 24 months. If you make it to 5 years with no reoccurrence, there is excellent long-term survival after that. So even if you get past the 2 years, there still could be an issue with, still being checked through the first 5 years. So there's no early detection for ovarian cancer. There's no screenings. It's just all based on individual reporting. If you have symptoms, like I had symptoms, they did an ultrasound and couldn't find my ovary because it was supposed to be the size of my thumb, but it was 8 centimeters. That made them run a test called the CA-125, which is a cancer marker test for ovarian cancer. That came back, anything over 38 is considered probable ovarian cancer based on other tests. And mine was almost 500, but people can have it up into the 20,000s. If it's under 38, you're considered normal. They don't run that test if there's no other indications because it can have some false positives. It's only used when there's symptoms and then other tests, ultrasounds, CT scans, and whatever, so it's more of a confirmation. Once you get that test and they can confirm that it does show that you have ovarian cancer, they're able to use it to then monitor you for cancer going forward. So, sorry I'm out of breath. I'm taking a walk because it's beautiful. Look at this place. And I just walked up a big hill. There are some risk factors for ovarian cancer, but they're kind of vague, not really reliable. And I had none of that. Nothing that was on the list was, indicated that I could be at risk for ovarian cancer. But of course, I never do anything the easy way. So, I had to go and get the hard to find cancer, right? Nothing straightforward about this one, that's for sure. It would be nice if there was a test or a screening, like breast cancer, there's screenings and multiple tests for ovarian cancer, but there's not. There are a few groups that are working on some tests and some screenings, but they are seriously underfunded. So it's taking a while. I also feel that because the number of women who get ovarian cancer is less than other cancers, and it only affects women, there's less of a push for a cure or better screenings. It's just, it's only 2%. So it's not on everybody's radar, and I suppose, you know, it's not on your radar unless it happens to you, but I would not wish this on my worst enemy. So I would like to work to get better screenings and put out the knowledge there so that people know what to look for. Frankly, breast cancer, I feel like they just have a better PR department. So they get a lot, and true, more women get breast cancer percentage-wise. But, you know, they got what they need. They can funnel some money over. That sounds wrong. But anyway, thanks for watching until the end. I know it was boring and I'm really bad at this, so it might have been a little painful to watch, but if it saves lives and the information gets out there, then it was worth our collective discomfort. I feel that. I will include some links to a couple of groups that are really doing great work but are seriously underfunded. I hope that you'll share this far and wide and get the information out so we can save more lives. Here's to being on the green side of the grass one more day. Thank you for watching. See you later. Bye.